Hello class. Now, we study first in order to learn the lesson well. We learn the language of English before we learn the lesson. So now we look at the language study, chapter 7. Compound nouns and phrases with time. First, you have the time card. Time card is a card on which the hours recorded by an employee are recorded. It's a time card. Time lapse is the periods of time between two closing events or between a decision to do something and its accomplishments. Time and motion study is the study and analysis of work procedure so that the most efficient method of working can be studied. Time zone is a region in which the same standard time is used. Time switch is a switch that can be set at a certain time to start a machine or activity. Time limit is the periods of time within which something must be completed. Time sharing is the handling of by a computer of more than one program at the same time. Users at different terminals of the computer can communicate with it at the same time. Timekeeper is the person or thing which records times. To be on time is to arrive at the expected or scheduled time. To be in time means to arrive early or at the appointed time. Now we learn some idioms with time. A good time means very early. In no time at all means almost immediately. For the time being means for the moment. Work against time means you have little time left. Before one's time means earlier than expected. Ahead of time means very advanced. At one time means formally. From time to time means at intervals. Now, to complete the sentence, master of time, time left, time consuming, sign, timing, take the time, the time of my life, for all time's sake. Now, we learn the inversion. Inversion, first you have to invert the subject and verb with questions words. That makes questions. When the question word introduce a question, the subject and verb are inverted. Example, what is the homework is an inversion. When the question word connects two clauses, the subject and verb that follows are not inverted. For example, I do not know what the homework is. Inversion can happen after adverbial phrases of directions and place. For example, his mother sat in an armchair. So you can say, in an armchair sat his mother. Verb that can be inverted are be, climb, come, fly, go, hang, lie, run, sit, stand. Now negative adverbials. They were really so happy. Rarely were they so happy. Never, rarely, seldom, barely, hardly, scarcely were, no sooner than. Only after, only once, only when. At no time, in no way, on no account, under or in no circumstances. Not until. Little. Now, conditional sentences. It would be a serious setback if the talks were to fail. It would be a serious setback were the talks to fail. If Alex has asked, I would have been able to help. So you can change, had Alex asked, I would have been able to help. This is an inversion. as then, it was good as that. The cake was of excellence as the coffee was. The cake was as excellent as was the coffee. Research shows that children living in villages watch more television than their counterparts in inner city areas. Research shows that children living in villages watch more television than do their counterparts in inner city areas. So university showed that her business was so successful that she was able to retire at the age of 50. So successful was her business that she was able to retire at the age of 50. It was such an interesting book that I couldn't take my eyes on it. Such an interesting book was it that I couldn't take my eyes off it. Now, hardly had I finished phoning when my boss dropped into my office. Under no circumstances should a manager rely on his or her memory to work time. Not until 2 years ago did the company begin to make profits. Only after 3 hours negotiations did we succeed in researching agreement on the final contract. Rarely does our company fail to meet the delivery dates. Now, B. Seldom have I been so tired after a meeting. No sooner did I arrive in my office than the telephone rang. Under no circumstances must I be disturbed. Only after a lot of research did they put the project on the market. Rarely does she have any time to relax. Not until 1986 were we able to buy our own factory. Little does he realize that he will soon be made redundant. Hardly had I started the report when my boss dropped by. Okay, thank you class.